Good, good. Yo, what's up? This is Bhillz Live, and we got special guests today. RapStarr, by the way, is brought to you by Worldwide Collaborations Quality Music Management. So I'm gonna let you tell people a little bit about people just getting familiar with you and stuff. Tell people a little bit about who you are, where you from, and we'll start with that.
Man. First of all, thank you for having me on the show. Shout out to Beverly Bush for helping get me on the show. My manager, Beautiful Danger Entertainment, was popping. What's up, CJ? My name is RapStarr, aka Hurricane Cam. I'm from the East Coast, Pittsburgh, PA, to be exact. Um, I'm 33. I do like a style of like 90s, early 2000s type of East Coast style hip hop. Um, I just speak about the black and brown community, uplifting the black and brown community within my music, and I'm just straight hip hop, I'm positive. I like to give a message. I also like to give my all and spitting bars and what I do. I've been doing this for like a real long time, and I feel like each song that I have, I just get better and better, so, you know, people gonna like the kid. People already like the kid with the, couple of joints that I came out with already and everything. People really feeling them. So there's gonna be some new people out there that's gonna listen to some new music of mine, old music of mine, and they gonna automatically gravitate it. If you a hip hop fan and you love the pure essence of the hip hop, and you love '90s, you love the early 2000s type of hip hop, I'm your guy. So that's just what I bring to the
So,
table with that.
what were some early inspirations, like artists and stuff that inspired you whenever you were younger?
Um, the first artist that actually got me interested, like I was interested in hip hop, like I was around hip hop all my life. I was around music all my life, actually. My parents, they helped put me into that like little spot. Like my mom, she actually started working for radio station. She was with two radio stations in Pittsburgh. One was like a talk radio station. She was more on the news side, but they had like an AM and FM side back then. So she was on the AM side. FM was the music was. I was around DJs all the time growing up. And my father, even till this day, he has, played some old school hip hop records like dating back from like the 80s, the 90s, early 2000s. Even back then when I started rapping, he would play a lot of old school R&B, old school hip hop up into the current and everything. And the artist that actually made me want to rap was Eminem. Eminem is the reason why I started rapping, and 50 Cent in the G Unit is the reason why I got serious in the rap.
Oh yeah.
So those are like my two biggest influences. I got other influences too, like Little Kim is also another huge influence of mine. Um, LL Cool J is another big influence of mine, and also DMX. So I say this like I'm not saying that these are my top five rappers, but these are like the rappers that helped shape me into the artist that I am now. And that would be Eminem, 50 Cent slash the G Unit, Little Kim, LL Cool J, and DMX.
So, since you brought it up, who would be your two? What would be your top best rappers alive?
That question, I can't really answer that question because that question, people ask that question is usually, it's a personal, it's whoever that you feeling at that point. But if we was talking about the top five rappers, I mean, yeah, the top, five, top MCs,
Mhm.
all those spots could be filled just within the people who started hip hop in the first place. You know, there would be no, me, there would be no, other artists if it wasn't for the forefathers who started hip hop. So you would put like, DJ Cool Herc in that slot. You would put, Furious Five in there, Melly Mel, the people who started hip hop, they would be considered the top five, hip hop artists, because if it wasn't for them, none of us would be here. You
Yeah,
know,
and it's definitely a generation question. You know what I'm saying? Because
it's
it's
a
based off of what generation of music you listen to, what generation of music you came up in with. You know what I'm saying?
right, right. So like if we just breaking it down, like there's so many artists and so many rappers that are in just each decade. But if people
Mhm.
want to say the greatest of all time, what it's like somebody asked me, they said, who is more known, um, Michael Jordan or the person who actually created basketball? And I was like, well, just because people know more about Michael Jordan, the whole idea of somebody else's idea that people are getting rich off of, and people are playing the sport, and people are actually, you created that idea.
Yeah.
You sparked that seed.
Yeah, the person who
So
invented basketball was a PE teacher that was trying to just to figure out a game to like so the kids in his class could play like have different shit to do, and that's how they create basketball. I think he might have been like Canadian or some shit.
right, and it even goes back. It even goes back further than that. Like you can find remnants of basketball throughout human history in certain ancient civilizations. You can
Yeah,
find remnants of other sports, like the African Egyptians. They had different sports. The Aztecs, Incas, Mayans, the Tainos. They had certain recreational sports that are like remnants of today's sports and everything. So nothing's new under the sun. So
yeah.
that's why, like, I say they're not my top five. But if there was five MCs that are you familiar with Dragon Ball Z?
I mean, I know what it is, of course, but I'm not like I don't know really anything about it like that.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Well,
of course I know what Dragon
it,
Ball Z is, though. You know.
okay. Well, it's like one of the villains is like Cell. And what's crazy about Cell is Cell has DNA of some of the top greatest fighters in the universe, and that's the reason why he's so powerful. So it's not like saying that I'm Cell or anything like that, but the people who helped shape me into the artist that I am would be those five rappers. And I repeat, that's Eminem, 50 Cent slash the G Unit, LL Cool J, Little Kim, and DMX. You know, um, just those five, and just other artists too. I'm just naming, five artists. There's a whole bunch of artists dating from like the 70s all the way up until like the early 2000s that actually helped me be, a great artist. KRS-One's another one. I met him. I met DMX. I met Dougie Fresh. A lot of these, big time, legendary hip hop artists. You know, it was a blessing to see him. Like KRS-One, I met KRS-One in college. Now, figure that 50 Cent is one of my top influences, but KRS-One is also one of 50 Cent's favorite artists when he
Yeah,
was a kid.
yeah,
So imagine you meeting your favorite artist's favorite artist.
yeah, for sure.
You feel me?
So
So it's
how old were you whenever you started to make music and stuff? Like how old were you whenever you started to start making your own music?
I was between I was messing with the music around like 9, but I really didn't start writing until like maybe 11, between 11 and 12. That's when 13 is where I got serious into it. So I remember late 90s being with my grandmother. My grandmother, she would go to like a senior citizens place. So after school or times where I didn't have school, while my mom and my dad was, working, um, I would be with her the majority of the time.
Yeah,
And I would go to the senior citizens place, and they knew me. I mean, all of them are dead and gone now. They were elderly in the 90s, so we talking about another 20 years from then. Yeah, they dead and gone. So, but the old people that was in that center, they used to see me since I was like a little kid up until my grandmother stopped going over there. So
Yeah.
I would be in the lounge and I would turn on the TV and I would watch TRL with Carson Daly. You know what I'm saying? And imagine you sitting back and you see the music video "Blue and Yellow Purple Pills" with Eminem and D12.
Yeah, that was a dope ass. That's whenever Eminem was on top too. He was like, not like he's not now, but that's whenever like, what I mean, like he could do no wrong. Like he just was breaking out. You know what I'm saying?
That was a time. That was a time where like I said, he was. I wouldn't say that was the height of his point, but he was on the rise and he was the hottest shit out there.
Yeah, that's
So
he's like the hottest
he
shit.
was the hottest shit out there. And me being from the hood, I'm turning to TRL, and like I said, I'm surrounded. Don't get it twisted. I'm surrounded by family banging Tupac. I'm surrounded by people banging Biggie Smalls, the Dog Pound, Doc Dre, Easy E, Faith Evans, Lauryn Hill, Little Kim, Big Pun, Bone Thugs and Harmony, all of the '90s, I, they were played around me. Now I don't want to get people, misconstrued like, oh, Eminem. Nah, I was around hip hop all this time. It's just that Eminem was the first artist that made me like, you know what, I want to write something.
Yeah.
And
So
then
you
when
never
the
like freestyled or nothing before that. You just went straight to writing lyrics. You never like just freestyled or nothing.
Nah, I went straight to lyrics. I didn't freestyle until I got the concept of how to write rhymes.
Yeah.
So once I learned myself, like I was just writing, like I was just writing, like I was a writer, like I'm a writer. I didn't write in song format until about a few years later, around the early 2000s when Eminem signed G Unit, when Eminem signed 50 Cent in the G Unit, and they had the G Unit mixtapes. I don't know if people don't remember the G Unit radio mixtapes, but 50 he revamped what having a mixtape was all about. 50 Cent's the reason why they started the trend of mixtapes back then when people was doing freestyles to other people's songs with hooks and choruses on them, like there was actually another song rather than just freestyling straight through. When he started releasing these independent mixtapes, and this is how this mixtape actually got to Eminem. So they started like selling it as like actual CDs, like in the store and the bootlegs and everything. Me getting those mixtapes, I would remember going to the music store and buying the mixtapes. And then they also had mixtapes of industry instrumentals. So I would buy like a $5 mixtape that had a CD that had nothing but Dr. Dre instrumentals from like back from NWA day all up until like maybe 2001, Dre 2001.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just him, it was every beat that he made for other people. Like I had a mixtape that was a Timberland instrumental, and it had every beat that Timberland had made, even for other artists. We talking about artists for Game, artists from Aaliyah, Missy Elliott, Justin Timberlake, Nelly Furtado, other people. You know what I'm saying? So it was like every song that was made by Timberland was on this mixtape, and it was an instrumental. And I learned how to write in a 16 bar format. When I would listen to other songs, I would start writing and I would rap them over the verses and write where the verse ended and the chorus began. That's where I knew, okay, this is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Okay, 16 bars. There we go. We got 16 bars for a verse. And then the hook, that's 4 chords, that's 4 hooks or 4 bars, and it repeats it. You got to be catchy. Okay, write that down. And then I started doing the bridge part. I started doing the breakdown points on some songs and everything, harmonizing the melody. And that's how I started writing rhymes, was based off of buying these instrumentals and these mixtapes and learning how to write in a song format. So that's the easy part. So that's when I started freestyling. Once I started getting capable of the concept of freestyling, then that's when I started practicing, and I battled in high school, middle school, high school, people on the block and everything. But the real passion was the writing. So I would say like the 8 Mile soundtrack was the soundtrack in the movie. The movie and the soundtrack was the one that gave me my spark, along with the Get Rich or Die Trying album, the Beg for Mercy album, all of the G Unit albums, Little Kim albums.
Our soundtrack had some bangers. Like it had that Nas song, and then that Jay-Z song on it. And then
That's that 8 miles of running, and that was 8 miles of running. That Nas was like, you want to be me, you can't, you fake, you fake. That was you want to be me. One of my favorites was that the Rakim. It was the Rakim. It was like, oh, ruggedy rough, that's how I do it. Hey, Allah, who I praise to the fullest. K, keep it moving. I stand alone. M, it's like that was my whole childhood right there. Like, imagine me being 14 years old, sitting in the back of the school bus with a notebook, writing rhymes, got my headphones in, listening to my CD player, and listening to 8 Mile Road. Listening to, Love Me, listening to Adrenaline and Rush, listening to Places to Go, listening to Wankster, listening to Macy Gray. That was the soundtrack that was like, yo, you can do this, so I sparked that.
Because it is like the whole album. I mean, it's the soundtrack to the movie, and it is kind of like it is like that though. Like it's like a up and coming artist, a rapper trying to make it. Trying to, what I mean? It is like, I definitely feel what you're saying. So tell people a little bit, but we about to play Bambo. So tell people a little bit about Bambo before we play it.
All right. Shout out to Beat Assassins Inc. My boy Jeffrey. He created this beat a long time ago. I recorded this beat about a few years ago. As soon as I heard the beat, I fell in love with it because the beat kind of reminded me of those old school G-Unit days. So, excuse me, when I heard the beat, I automatically, like, there's just like, as an artist, sometimes there's different methods how you might compose a song. Mm-hmm. So when you're a lyricist, sometimes if you have the beat right then and there, you could write to a beat right then and there. Sometimes you might even already have the lyrics to a song before you have the beat, and then you fit the lyrics to that song. Or once you get a beat and that's the first time you ever heard that beat and you're listening to it the first time, the words come at you. And this is exactly what the words came at me on this one. And it's East Coast. It's so lyrical. It's so dope. Shout out to my boy Sonny Brasco on the engineering. He mixed it. Got somebody to master it for me, and it sounds great, man. Y'all gonna love this. Y'all gonna love this.
We're about to play right now. So this is Bambo.
Yeah.
Right. So we're about to play. Hold on.
Yeah. It's RapStarr.
No.
Watch me.
Nah, that ain't it.
When I played that song, it says RapStarr Bambo. Hold on. I didn't think that was it because.
Yeah.
Hold on.
There we go.
Watch me wreck this, you know what I'm saying? East Coast, get to begging for more. Straight out of watching documentaries. We should've had a message. Come on. My message is subliminal. I deal with literal, it's knowledge. They keep me grounded just like the mineral. Calling the ancestors to reach my pinnacle. I'm 151 hard, you sweet like pinnacle. See, even a wild cat know not to play with his food. So when I see you looking like dinner, ooh. I'm only 9 bars in and I'm killing it. 2 bars in, I know you was feeling it. Got a high 16, ain't no concealing it. It's rap to the stars. The radio Raheem. It's Sonny Brasco Studios putting in work. From 10 at night to the birds start to chirp. Hey yo, cuz trying to make another hit now. Like L sessions. Watch how I get down. Get the pen, get the pad, get the writing, get the rhyming, get the shining. Yeah, blow a nigga brains out. Get the rolling, get the twisting, get the lifting, get a whip. Yeah, blow a nigga brains out. Don't deal with incomplete thoughts like hoes collecting mental checks. Incomplete thoughts, busting in the Jimmy. Incomplete thoughts, niggas serving incomplete sentences. Semicolon to a cop, so we clear. Don't care about your political views. I'm black. Kick rocks to the rhythm blue. Political Bloods and Crips. Who y'all tryna prove? Like pro-blacks grilling on 4th of July too. Controversial like Marshall starting a mosh pit. Democrats, Republicans, graffitis on your walls, bitch. Politics like my woman at first glance. Till this day, I can never forget about that ass. I'm a genius. Go ahead, check my math work. My ode to hip-hop like H2O spelled backwards. My ancestors' back hurts. Shout out to the colonists. Eating off they passwords. I'm only 2 verses in, and you know I'm killing it. Turn this song up, I know you was feeling it. Got a hot one, ain't no concealing it. It's rap to the star, this is radio right here. Get the pen, get the pad, get the writing, get the rhyming, get the shining. Yeah, blow a nigga brains out. Get the rolling, get the twisting, get the lifting, get a whip. Yeah, blow a nigga brains out. You fucking with RapStarr's music, let me hear you holler. Head banger music, blunt force trauma. Ain't nothing stopping my cash flow. Bars ain't never been ordinary. Curling it bamboo. I'll say it loud so you and your mans know. Ain't nobody better than me, true liver Brasco. From the 50s to Josh, the Pox and the X's. Whoever complex, we pay homage to the Vex. You wanna flex, time to break necks. Return of the boom back, show some respect. Teach you something that you won't forget. Vital lesson to anybody try to test. They fucking the Jodeci, now these babies coming. Ain't no frontin', 6 songs are running, nah. Middle finger to the competition. What am I saying? It's just me and my reflection. All 3 verses, and you know I'm killing it. 2 bars in, I know you was feeling it. 48 bars, ain't no concealing it. This rap to the star, this is radio right here. Get the pen, get the pad, get the writing, get the rhyming, get the shining. Yeah, blow a nigga brains out. Get the rolling, get the twisting, get the lifting, get a whip. Yeah, blow a nigga brains out. East Coast, Pittsburgh. This is how the real 90s babies do it. Listen to the next track.
So we about to listen to the next track, but so you always grew up in Pittsburgh?
Yeah, I always grew up in Pittsburgh. I do got family. I got family everywhere, but so I do got family.
What was the music scene like growing up in Pittsburgh?
You know, East Coast. I mean, if you like in the 90s, Pittsburgh has like a West Coast. It's like the most West Coast, East Coast city because, you know, they gravitated toward that gang affiliated. So like most of my families are East Side Crips, you know. So when you had Snoop back in the day, Daz, Corrupt, you know, all of them, it was influenced. So at that time, like, I'm gonna be honest with you, like, me growing up, I don't really listen to a lot of local talent from Pittsburgh. There's a few that I do that I really, really like True Live, Sonny Brasco. Those are 2. There's my man's. I forgot what his rap name is, but he's my man. I used to work with him. He's a young dude coming up. The dude could spit like crazy. And there's a few others, but Pittsburgh is kind of like a copycat city when it comes to music, you know. So like whatever's popular and hot right now, like I just don't understand, like, you know, drill and trap music. Like drill is a Chicago-based, you know, form of hip hop. So when I hear somebody from the East Coast, or hear somebody from the West Coast, or hear somebody from, you know, down south doing drill music, it don't make any sense.
Well, it's big in the UK. You know what I mean? Like drill, that UK drill, that shit's like huge over there. That's like their main.
Right.
You know?
Right. But it's like it's not yours. Like what's so like nobody's individual anymore. Everybody sounds the same. You know, everybody sounds the same. Like I don't get it. Like, do you know how many hip hop artists have dreads now?
Yeah.
And wear skinny jeans?
Well, it's because they're afraid to be different because they get a little bit of taste of that bag and then they're afraid to fuck up, you know what I mean, or something. So they just do play it safe. You know, like I was you know, because like even how like hip hop is nowadays, like there's like just like how you're talking about drill and trap, all these different, it's like different genres, just like how like rock music was turned into different genres. You know what I'm saying? So you can't even really just be like I like hip hop. It's like, all right, well, I don't think nobody just likes every single type. You know what I mean? It's like everybody has their own little lane, their own little genre that they trying to follow in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but the type of drill, like the drill music, is detrimental to hip hop. There's no benefits in drill music. There's none, like at all. Like there's no drill artist that you said, whoa, that guy was spitting some bars. All they want to do is shake their dreads and bounce around and talking about shooting the ops. Everybody got ops. So how many? What are you doing that's different as an artist that the people who actually started drill music in Chicago, what's anything different about you than what they are? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no bars, nobody's spitting. Like, there's nobody spitting for real. Nobody's spitting. Like, there's no bars, there's no lyrics, there's no nothing. You know, my grandfather, he watches BET and everything like that, and he be watching the music videos. And over time, he's seen how many artists that they would promote, and he was like, yo, Cam, these new artists aren't saying anything. They're not really saying anything. Like, it's just a bunch of noise. Like, that's what's missing in hip hop is the messages, the meaning, the feeling, excuse me, like all of that. We need bars back. We need MCs. We got enough rappers. There's a difference between hip hop artists and rappers. We have enough rappers. We need MCs. We need people who actually know the origin of hip hop. You feel me?
So tell us about the next song that we got up here. It's called Hustle, featuring RapStarr, aka Hurricane Cam, Coast to Coast.
Nah.
So tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, what it is the song is called Coast to Coast. The artist is King Peter Hustler. Shout out to my boy King Peter Hustler. He's from the West Coast. You know what I'm saying? He from the West Coast. He from Washington State, Seattle. And you know, me and him, we formed an incredible bond. That's my guy. You know, me and him, we did like a few records. Like, we got about like 5 or 6 records out there and coming. And him, he's Nicaraguan, and me, I got a little bit of Puerto Rican in me. So we did like a song called Latin Love. We did our first song that we did called Heguando with me, him, Original Fire Mexican. We did OGs. This is Coast to Coast. Me and him, we talked about it. I was like, yo, I want to do a song that's like West Coast, like really West Coast, but me as an East Coast artist, you know, giving you that The Game and 50 Cent vibe. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, yo, let's do it. And so he sent me the track. And as soon as, this is what I'm talking about when it comes to those beats, when you automatically hear the beat and it gravitates towards you, and you automatically say, yo, it's speaking to me, and you just start writing. This is one of these joints. This is a record called Coast to Coast. King Peter Hustler featuring RapStarr. You know what it is, man. What up to the West Coast, man? Shout out to the West Side.
All right, we're about to get into it right now.
Yeah.
East to West, nigga, we the best. Ain't feature caliber when we connect. Step the fuck up, you can beat to death. Can I have your back? Don't even stress. Free your hub back if you think you hard. Just like ripped jeans, pick the jeans apart. In the West Coast, the streets is ours. I stay laced, sticky streets and stars. West to East, we the best MCs. That's the APA, nigga, yes indeed. We rock it, rub, sip, Hennessy. And keep a gun tucked if you testing me. King RapStarr coming back around. Plus we put it down for the blacks and browns. Think you the king, I will snatch your crown. Look both coasts, my cast the ground. Coast to the dopest, yo. King Peter Hustler, don't you know? Coast to the dopest, yo. It's RapStarr, nigga, don't you know? Coast with the dopest flows. King Peter Hustler, make 'em overdose. Coast with the dopest flows. It's RapStarr, make 'em overdose. Coast to the dopest, yo. Coast to the dopest, yo. Coast to the dopest, yo. King Peter Hustler, don't you know? Coast to the dopest, yo. It's RapStarr, nigga, don't you know? As we proceed to give you what you need, East Coast, motherfucker. Coast to coast, motherfucker. What it do, motherfucker? As we proceed to give you what you need, West Coast, motherfucker. What it do, motherfucker? 22, motherfucker. Watch me kick game. We bi-coastal, you bisexual. We ain't the same. Don't gotta be an ex-shield and member to have California dreams. Pittsburgh fitting, that's where the palm trees. Cruising in Seattle, right shotgun with King Peter Hustler. It's a coast to coast thing. Coast to the dopest, yo. King Peter Hustler, don't you know?
Yo, I definitely feel the it's definitely got that West Coast vibe to it. So a couple questions from the comment section. So Regina Spicy Period Solo said, "Ask him what's the difference between a rapper and an artist."
That's a good question. The difference between a rapper and an artist is there's rapper is somebody who has the skill of the art of rhyming, but it doesn't have a real concrete message within it. And the rapper is easily influenced by uh popular waves to where I mean anybody can rap. You know, I heard somebody there was like, well, anybody can rap. Well, yeah, anybody can rap if you can put words together in a song format or actually in a rhyming. Like when we first start talking, what is our first little lullabies that we have is the ABC so we can communicate. Okay. Some of the letters actually, you know, rhyme. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, you know. So if you could formulate words into rhymes, anybody could be a rapper. But an artist is somebody who actually takes the time with the pen and pad and actually have a concrete story behind the lyrics that they write. And not only that, they have the power to write for other people where you have ghostwriters and everything like that. There's certain artists where um you're surprised that came out in hip hop and be like, hey, this artist wrote that. Like for real? Like, for example, I remember on Drink Champs, they had Warren G on Drink Champs with Nori. And I remember Warren G was talking about, they asked him who was the better, I guess, MC, Game, or Eminem. And he chose Eminem. He said, the reason why I'm choosing Eminem is because on Dr. Dre's 2001 album, he wrote some of the lyrics on there. And it was supposed to be Dre. And he wrote some of the joints on there. When you have artists that can branch out and actually have the time to break down messages within, you know, being lyrical, and not even just being lyrical, but actually having content within the message that you're coming with the songs that you're having. An artist is actually also away from the actual written part of the aspect. You also have the business side, and you have the artist who knows that they have a responsibility to not only the people around them, but the public that they also are projecting. So as artists, it's a business. You know what I'm saying? So it's like anybody can sit there and grill on the grill, throw hamburgers and hot dogs on the grill. Anybody can do that. But it actually means more when you say, oh yeah, I'm a gourmet chef. You know what I'm saying? And that's the difference between being a rapper and being an artist. An artist, you have a responsibility to you, not only the culture, but your craft, but also the culture, the craft, and also the people around them. So again, you have rappers out here who put out songs, but they don't last long. They might have like a song or two that was popular at one point, but their longevity of being in the game is non-existent, you know. But when you have artists that actually come into the game and consistently giving you some classic music to vibe with throughout their longevity of their career, that's an artist. You feel what I'm saying? When people say, "Oh, a rapper's too old to be, you know, a rapper when he's like in his 30s or in his 40s and everything like that," and I'm like, that's crazy because you got people like Method Man in his 40s, 50s in his in his 40s, 50s, M's in his 50s. These are the people who did it the best. They're in their 40s and 50s. The people who did it before them, KRS-One, 50s, 60s. You know what I'm saying? It's not about the age. It's about the talent. If you are consistently coming out with hot stuff and you're a little bit older than what everybody else is, but it's also the maturity as well, too. You can't be 40 and 50 still talking about gangbanging on the block. You know what I'm saying? Mentally, you're supposed to elevate from that game. So that's the difference between an artist and a rapper.
All right, so the next question is from Christopher Lee Cheney. He said, ask how long he's been in worldwide collaboration.
I've been in it for like a long while. A part of them a long while. We go back like way back, like 10 years. I want to say about 10 years, because I remember rocking with them early on when I first started like recording for myself. This had to be around like 2011, 12, around that time.
So we go play this next one. This one is 1990-ish. So tell us a little bit about this song. Tell us a little bit about it.
1990-ish is actually my second recording that I actually put out. My first like official song I put out 2 years ago on my birthday, February 7th, called Power to My People. Excuse me. And 1990-ish, I released that same year on September 9th, or I'm sorry, September 10th. And again, this is another record. When I heard the beat, I fell in love with it instantly. It started talking to me. Shout out to New York Bangers. New York Bangers is the producers who made the beat. It's an East Coast anthem, but it's also a hip hop anthem. You know, it got bars on it. This is the type of stuff that I'm talking about. You need to get yourself some rope chains, a couple Kangles. You know what I'm talking about. Get some cardboard box and start spinning on top of your head type stuff. Like, people ain't making these records no more. And me, I'm bringing the old school back with some new school flavor to it. And it's 1990-ish, produced by New York Bangers. And it's a banger. And it won some awards too. So let's get it popping.
All right, so we're about to play, and then we're going to come back and we're going to talk some more after this.
Word.
Yeah. It's RapStarr. East Side. Pittsburgh. Established February 7th, 1991. It's such a beautiful danger. Yeah. Pendant on the train, watch a dango. New York Bangers just made another hit. It's Rap to the Star on my 1990-ish. Past sagging, Timbos, dragon product of the 90s. Never been on no bandwagon. I'm in the toe tagging, murking MCs. The blues can trail us. No way I'm letting you breathe. Defecating on MCs with Napoleon calm. Black regurgitate back my hot shit. Acid reflex, legendary status. What hurricanes pursuing? Been rocking shows since the Black Student Unions. Rap to the Star, rocking a blue Kango. Puerto Rican pendant on the train, watch a dango. New York Bangers just made another hit. It's Rap to the Star on my 1990-ish. On my 1990-ish. On my 1990-ish. On my 1990. It's Rap to the Star on my 1990-ish. It's fucking crazy. Dealing with a slumlord, kitchen counter following why I move up the slums for. This is the suburbs, why I see the subfloor. I'm a humble kids that don't wanna live here no more. Let me wanna kick in the door, cause I ain't paying rent. Don't judge you niggas live when I'm watching a gig dick. It's been like this for years since you was a kid. Head pulls bagging enough to get your own crib. I see you bobbing and weaving, balls. Tell you open your mouth like I just like you leaking. Nothing light about this MC. I'm a roughneck, I'm a fucking masterpiece. You just a rough sketch, man. What the fuck is wrong with hip hop? Watch the dance, not the saturation of a woman's crotch. But that's cool, that's alright. Now hoes literally serious can rock the mic. Rap to the Star, rocking a blue Tango. Puerto Rican pendant on the train, watch a dango. New York Bangers just made another hit. It's Rap to the Star on my 1990-ish. On my 1990-ish. I defy the rules of gravity. Wapo, heart sunk out the chest cavity. Flows like 151 mixed with Everclear, but equal bass. Fucked up like Corona, yeah. On the mic and get busy. Leave the game and then tizzy. Whole career on stay put. Kizzy, I know when I'm gone, you going to miss me as fuck with my level of degree. History, learn from aftermath, all this Cal University. Pardon my French, but I get peeved at these weak MCs. Come out fine after snitching. Even lesbians ain't fucking with 6'9" position. And I'm proof, hip-hop ain't a liar. Spirits of my ancestors is my only ghostwriter.
I don't know why it stopped. Hold up. My shit got fucked up. Hold on. Let me log in on here real quick. Hold up. Can you hear? Yeah. Alright, my bad. I fucking accidentally fucked up my shit. Might have to do it all. Yeah, just finish on the phone. But yeah, so you hear me, right? Yeah. I can't hear you though.
There we go.
Okay, alright. Yeah, so that was definitely dope. So what projects do you got coming out? What do you got planned for 2024 for the people and shit?
Okay. I got some new stuff coming out. Okay, so me and King Peter Hustler, we got a couple joints coming out. One is called the OGs. For the OGs is coming up on his actual up and coming album coming out that he's releasing. I have a song that will be released. I'm doing promotion for it now. It's called Stay Drip. It's me and Lady V featuring me called Stay Drip. That's out. I have a song that I actually just got the sample cleared. I think for real, to be honest with you, I think this record is going to be the biggest record that I gotten so far. And it's called Indigenous Nation. Shout out to Mac Beats for on the production. I'm excited about this record. I'm trying to I got the clearance sample from it. I just got to do the paperwork and fill out some stuff. This is another thing about being an artist, that there's different avenues when you're actually writing music. There's different avenues that you would have to take, so your music can perform the best and get out to the people. It's all about business. It's all about learning about the business, and it's not just writing. Writing is the easy part because that's the gift that you have, but within the business, it's a whole different animal out there. I have features coming up. Me and STL, me and Miss STL. Shout out to Miss STL. Me and her, we actually have a podcast of our own. We're actually airing our first podcast tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern time. It's called All Talk No Filter, and it's a part of Dollhouse Media Group, Dollhouse Radio. Shout out to Angie, shout out to India. And we do that every Sunday at 7 p.m. Like I said, tomorrow will actually be the first episode of the year of 2024. I'm working on so many other records of my own. It's just with this particular record with Indigenous Nation, the one that I got the sample cleared, I was waiting so long for me to get the sample cleared that it actually kind of stopped me from actually writing and making music. because I was just so excited on trying to get the sample. So I was distracted for about 5-6 months, but now I actually, getting back in the swing of things. I just got a verse on a cipher, an online cipher. Did a verse for that. Um, just got so many other things going on right now. Like I said, right now so far, Indigenous Nation is going to be the one that I'm going to be dropping soon. As soon as I get done with all the paperwork, and it's going to be crazy. So watch out for that. But the other 3 joints that y'all heard, 1990-ish, my second record that I ever released of my own record. Bambo is an underground joint, and Coast to Coast is an anthem, East and West together. Also have one more other record. I didn't send that, but later on you can listen to it. It's called Power to My People. And that's actually the first record that I actually released professionally ever, 2 years on my birthday. So it's just going up and running, man. I've been doing this for a long time, and now I'm in a space where I'm going to knock the world over.
Hell yeah. Well, I appreciate you coming on here. Anytime you got something to drop or you got something to talk about, you're more welcome to come on here, man.
I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you having me on the show, man. Shout out to everybody who was watching and listening. Shout out to the people in the comments. Y'all are great, man. And you're great for having me, man, on the real.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Much love, man.
All right, yo. One.